We are considering parables for our times, the importance of communicating great truths that you believe in, but you have great difficulty in putting into words and explaining to your friends and relatives exactly what you believe. Now, I'm going to speak to you today on a parable for our time, and that is the egg. Yes, the common egg. And when I look at this, I can assure you I am not joking. Yeah, you didn't catch that, eh? Yeah, we're not joking about this. This is actually a serious talk. Now, this particular egg, I call it ecstatic. This is an ecstatic truth, which is actually found in the Bible. The Bible actually teaches us that each and every one of us have a body, we have a soul, and we have a spirit. There are three parts to us. And yet we are one individual. Not so? You have a body, you have a soul, and you have a spirit. Three parts to your makeup. But you are one single individual. Now, when it comes to the things of God, we've heard many people say that God consists of Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Three parts to God. That doesn't mean to say that God is one person. There are three persons in one God. One God, three persons. Yet each person is God in the singular, not the plural. But often when the Bible speaks of God, it uses the word Elohim, which is a Hebrew word, which really means a plurality of persons. And therefore, God consists of Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. The Father, independent of the Son and independent of the Holy Spirit, would not be God. The three work in tandem with each other. And because they work in tandem with each other, they form a trichotomy, three parts. And therefore, if you have great difficulty in explaining the Trinity of God, the oneness of God, yet three parts, I think the egg is a very, very beautiful parable for our times. Now, let's have a look at the egg. We have the shell. I'm going to break this boiled egg. Thank goodness it's boiled. And I am going to take the shell off. We all know that it has a shell. That is one part of the egg, the shell. And then I am going to break the egg open. It's pretty potent, by the way. I'm going to break the egg open, and we've got the white, and we have the yolk. We have three components to one egg: the shell, the white, and the yolk. There we go. And in its shell, this is only one egg with three major components. When we speak of God, therefore, we're talking about Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Three making one. I'm sure you can use that when speaking to your friends and trying to illustrate the Trinity, because many people have great difficulty in understanding this deep, profound doctrine of three being in one. There's a perfect illustration, a parable for our time that can make it very, very real. Now, when we get to our own personal lives, remember our physical body is the outer shell. That's all that it is, the outer shell. The real substance and the nutrients of this egg is actually the yolk and the white. That's where the nutrients really lie. You know, people who actually do a lot of gymming, they take out the yolk and they eat just the white of the egg. It actually builds up a lot of protein and a lot of muscle, etc. A lot of guys actually do that in the gym. Now, what I want to point out, and that is if your physical body is only the shell, the real you and the real me is what is inside the shell. We place an emphasis on the superficial part of our life, which is the shell part of our life, and yet we forget that what is really important is not this clay jar, but what is inside the clay jar. Therefore, the quality of this egg is not the shell. The quality of this egg is, in actual fact, what is inside. I trust you'll never forget that. And I trust that you will realize that you will not look at the shell of your life and say, I have these physical challenges, I have these material challenges, I'm limited in what I can do from a physical point of view. That's only the shell. Who are you inside that body? Who are you inside that shell? And that is of paramount importance. And therefore, I trust that you will stop and cease to impede your progress as a believer by always focusing on your external limitations. Begin to know your internal quality and value that you can actually add to the lives of others. Thank you for listening. And I trust that when you go for breakfast and you eat that egg, you're not going to forget this parable of our times.